Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to look at the Vampire Academy movie and work out just how bad it really was. Not just as a movie, but also when you compare it to the books, because this was a huge opportunity missed to launch what could have been a hugely successful on-screen vampire franchise. I mean, it could have been the Harry Potter of the vampire world, but instead it was an absolute bust. I mean, it's not technically the worst movie I've ever seen, and I know a few of you will be like, hey, I liked the Vampire Academy movie, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that, but I just thought the whole movie was trashy, rehashed, recycled. It was a piece of garbage if you ask me, and I'm going to explain why I thought that was in today's video, so let's get analysing just how bad the Vampire Academy movie was. Okay guys, so the movie is obviously based on the best-selling Vampire Academy book series, and when you take that on board, it was never going to be easy to convert paper to motion picture because you have a lot of stuff to learn, and you have a lot of stuff to leave out. It was the same with Twilight, it was the same with Harry Potter, and it was even the same with The Lord of the Rings. That's the mastery of book to film adaptation. The book has to be dissected properly and efficiently. It's very difficult to do. Unfortunately, the difficulty proved too great for this movie. The film attempts to blend the supernatural attraction of vampires with high school drama and satire, yet it never fully realizes its potential, and there's so much of it. Like, come on guys. The tagline for the movie poster is, "They suck at school." I'd burn the poster alone just for that. Anyway, the result of the film is a piece of work that feels disjointed, unconvincing, and most importantly, it's just not believable for me. And this was super frustrating because the source material offers an amazing, immersive world filled with in-depth characters and honestly, a well-crafted narrative. But the movie struggles to translate these elements onto the screen. So, something that bugged me is the inconsistency of the actual genre of the movie. Is it satire? Is it action? Or is it drama? Don't get me wrong, you can have all three of these genres in any movie, but you have to lead with one while incorporating elements of the other two. In the Vampire Academy, it's like a third action, a third satire, and a third drama. And there's even comedy thrown in. There's no real blend at all because there's no real commitment to any one of these genres. It's like they're trying to nail everything on the head from the books, no matter how it places in the films. Like, I didn't really know how I was supposed to feel. The book, on the other hand, carefully balances these elements using humor to break tension, not break scenes, and it doesn't disrupt the overall tone. Then there's the depth of character, and this one really got to me because we don't get to see the deep bond between Rose and Alyssa that is central to the book. It is so important to it. In the movie, their psychic connection is shown through quick flashes and rushed explanations, which doesn't adequately convey the significance of their relationship. The book, however, delves into the clarity of their bond, showing how it impacts their actions and decisions, making the emotional stakes much higher. Like, you know, they have a lot to lose. And speaking of characters, was there even a point in putting Christian and Mia in this movie without giving some sort of insight as to who they were as individuals? They are so underdeveloped in the movie, literally reduced to ridiculous plot devices rather than fully realised individuals. Christian's dark, brooding nature is barely touched upon in the film. Like, he's gritty, he's rough, he has a deepness to him, and without that, it makes his relationship with Lisa feel underwhelming and just plain boring. And honestly, I stopped caring about them very early on. I was just like, oh yeah, Christian and Mia are needlessly involved to make this scene work. While the book explores Christian's backstory and motivations, it gives him character depth. It makes you want to know more. It makes him unpredictable, like, what could this guy actually do in the long run here? And the thing is with Vampire Academy is it's just so political, all the way to the top. It's crucial actually to understand how society works, especially with the monarch, and it just skims over that in the film. It doesn't really pay attention to what should be the natural progression of the story arc. The movie wants to focus on the visual spectacle more than anything. It dramatizes the Strigoi attack scenes, for example. These scenes are packed with fast-paced combat, special effects and dramatic music designed to, well, captivate the audience's attention, and I have to admit they are pretty awesome scenes with high quality effects and details, but that's not how the Strigoi are portrayed in the books. The books presents the Strigoi as a constant, looming threat, but it uses their attacks sparingly, allowing the suspense to build gradually. The narrative is more concerned with the social and political dynamics within the vampire society, the tension between the different factions and the internal struggles of the characters, and as I mentioned previously, all of that is just glossed over for some entertainment. And honestly guys, I am all for recycling and reducing that carbon footprint, but as far as recycling should go, it shouldn't come into a vampire movie franchise. One of the most significant criticisms I have of Vampire Academy is its reliance on recycled elements from other popular vampire and supernatural stories. The movie seems to draw heavily from Twilight, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and even Harry Potter, but fails to bring anything new or original to the table. Like, we have Twilight's forbidden Bella and Edward romance, which is Rose and Dimitri mirroring this dynamic, with the added layer of their mentor-student relationship. It's just silly. It's like a box ticked and then we move on. St. Vladimir's is basically bloody Hogwarts, but instead of being a place that breeds history, lore, magical creatures and memorable classes, it's just a superficial imitation. And the whole comedic yet satire Buffy the Vampire Slayer high school horror comedy thriller Tribrid, can we say that? Tribrid? Was just plucked straight out of the 1990s recycling plant because it's just not witty and it's not even sharp. Zoe Dutch was probably, in my opinion, the only good thing about this entire movie. She really brought Rose to life, I have to admit that. She excelled in, the fiercely independent, full of fire role that represents what Rose is about. But the thing is guys, the film is just, it's so fast paced, it's literally over before we really begin to see Zoe take full control of the character. This movie was supposed to be a movie of a planned 6. It bombed, flopped and killed any chance of further sequels from a very well written book franchise. And if you haven't seen this movie, I would not waste your time. It shits all over the books, and it left the Vampire Academy series suffering as a result. Anyway guys, if you like the Vampire Academy, I am sorry if I upset you, but I just have to call this movie as I see it. But anyway, let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Did you like the movie? Do you think it's an insult to the books? Would you have liked to see more Vampire Academy movies? Let me know. Have a good day and I will chat to you all very soon.